All right. Welcome back to another study session. Today, we're back. Back to the, regular unit. Subscribe if you want to stay up to date. Hit the notification bell if you want a reminder to study. And like if you did your homework. So I did go into it already a little bit, and whoops, did go into it a little bit already, just opening up, and because today was like my last day of the work week, I'm trying to get to my weekend. I think I'm only going to be doing one grammar point, depending on how long that takes. It is what it is. We also got more homework that I will explain after, but that's going to be more review and depending on time that you have. So we'll get to that when we get to that. But for today, I didn't even look at how many units there are in 16. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's practice. What is that? 5. So 5 and 4 is Toki, which is something we've been using, but I don't think we've fully understood. So I'm really thinking that I only want to... I'm really only wanting to do this because it's more ageru, kureru, morau. So I might be playing it by ear. We might skip around a little bit. I might do 2, 3, and 5 as one day because 4 is a lot, to say the least. We'll see. But yeah, we're just gonna do this for today. I'll explain the homework and then we'll get into all the other stuff. But we are finally back to Genki Book 2, Unit 16. Alright, let's get into it. Te ageru, te kureru, te morau. So, te plus, I'm just gonna do it a different way. Te ageru, kureru, morau. So I did slashes with parentheses to show the difference rather than writing each one out. We learned in lesson 14 that the verbs ageru, kureru, morau describe transactions of things. Here we will learn the use of these words as helping verbs. When these verbs follow the te form of a verb, they describe the giving and receiving of services. Oh. Somebody does something for me. You do something for me. Somebody does something for you. Okay. Somebody does something for me. Wait. I do, or you do something. Okay, so someone does something for me, you do something for me, or somebody does something for you. Okay, I got it. Ageru, somebody does something for somebody else. Interesting. And then te ageru, I do something for you, you do something for others, I do something for others. Okay. So this describes giving and receiving of services. Helping verb. Okay, just small side note. And then I just want to do the diagram one more time. So I, you, others. So this going in is ku, re, do. This going out is a, ge, do. And then this little loop is also a, ge, do. Alright. We use the TEF form plus agaru when we do something for the sake of others or someone does something for somebody else. And the addition of the helping verb agaru does not change the basic meaning of the sentences, but puts focus on the fact that the actions were performed on demand or as a favor. 私は妹にお金を貸してあげました。I generously lent my sister money to help her out of her destitute conditions. This is like such fancy English for no reason, in my opinion. 私は妹にお金をしました。Objective statement. I lent my sister the money. I guess this is like I lent my sister money is like the statement. And then the more, I guess, casual is like I gave her the money because she asked. It's like in court, the fact is you lent her money. In conversation, I lent her the money because she asked me, you know. Where's the one marker? I'm not seeing it. Why am I not seeing the one marker? Oh, here. Note the agaru sentences. In agaru sentences, the nouns referring to the beneficiaries are accompanied by whatever particle the main verb calls for. Kasu goes with the particle ni, while tsukareteku goes with o. These particles are retained in the agaru sentences. So no particle changes, which is nice. When you want to add the idea of doing somebody a favor to a verb which does not have the place for the beneficiary, you can use no tame ni. 私はゆいさんのために買い物に来ました。のために. Interesting. Okay. So, doing a favor, it's doing a favor name plus no ta me ni. This is a big asterisk. So, I guess another side note for agaru, no particle change. All right. ナナミさんはヤズミンさんを駅に連れて行ってあげました。Yep. I kindly took Yasmin to the station because she would be lost if left all by herself. 連れて行く Is that new vocabulary? 連れて行く It is. To take someone to a place. Yeah. We use くれる when somebody does something for us. 友達が宿題を手伝ってくれます。Friend helps me with my homework, for which I am grateful. Dang straight. So, 親戚がリンゴを送ってくれました。Relatives sent me apples. I should be so lucky. Interesting. Okay. I guess more. We use the te form plus morao to say that we get, persuade, or arrange for somebody to do something for us. Get, persuade, or arrange for someone to do something for us. Interesting. In other words, we receive somebody's favor. The person performing the action for us is accompanied by the particle ni. Okay. So, side note, person, quote unquote, persuaded, followed by ni. 私は友達に宿題を手伝ってもらいました。I got a friend of mine to help me with my homework. I convinced my friend to help me with my homework. Compare the last sentence with kureru version below. They describe more or less the same event, but the subjects are different. Interesting. Because we have these two. So, friend helps me for my homework, which I am grateful. I got a friend. Okay. In morao sentences, the subject is the beneficiary. In kureru sentences, the subject is the benefactor. Yep. Okay. 友達が宿題を手伝ってくれました。Friend of mine helped me with my homework. Alright. So number 2. The beneficiary is almost always understood to be the speaker in kureru sentence. Therefore, it usually does not figure grammatically if you have to explicitly state who received the benefit. You can follow the same strategies employed in ageru sentences. That is, if the main verb has the place for the person receiving the benefit, keep the particle that goes with it. The verb tsureteiku calls for o, while oshieru calls for ni, for example. Nanami-san ga watashi o eki ni tsurete itte kuremashita. Yeah. Takashi-san ga watashi ni kanji o oshiete kuremashita. Yep. If the main verb does not have the place for the person, the main verb does not have the place for the person. Use no tame ni soji suru is one such verb. Ken-san ga watashi no tame ni heya o soji shite kuremashita. Ken cleaned the room for me. I don't understand this then. So, I guess also no room for person? I don't know exactly. Alright, 3. Sometimes a modal sentence simply acknowledges a person's goodwill in doing something for us. For example, you can say the following even if you had not actively asked for any assistance. So the sentence is of course okay with the get somebody to do reading. I'm glad that a stranger read the kanji for me. 私は知らない人 person I don't know. Okay, 知らない人に漢字を読んでもらいました。Okay. And that's, I think, where I'm going to stop it. Because that's going to be a headache. And I want to explain the homework. So, for tonight, pretty much we're kind of doing like a 2-week thing, kind of like with the review for book 1, except it's going to be kanji. So, for first, do the workbook, anything that pertains to teageru, kureru, morau, so te form plus those helping verbs. Finish that in the workbook. I haven't looked at it yet, so hopefully you remember the style of how I'm doing the homework. If not, go check previous videos, but it's just the grammar point we learned, find it in the homework, do that homework, and get ready for tomorrow. So that's the workbook. Clear out your wanikani. And lastly, for the journal, I enjoy doing the journal. I'm switching. I got another one of these kind of like, I guess, cheap 100 yen notebooks. But I'm going to basically be journaling my days. So to start, write a sentence with whatever grammar you're trying to practice or however you want to do it. But you can write any sentence as long as it has kanji from Unit 1. And you need to write 10 sentences because I think there's 10. Write 1 sentence for every kanji. I could be wrong. Maybe there's more than 10. Who knows? But 1 sentence for every kanji should be good enough, hopefully. Maybe. But that's kind of where I'm going to be doing the journal now. It's going to be less about my day because I feel like it's getting repetitive and it's difficult to write things in inventive ways when I'm not having a lot of interaction, to say the least. So, to get more out of my journal, I feel like it's probably going to be better to write kanji and make sentences. Kind of like review, but with kanji. So, if that makes sense, then great. If not, just do your normal journal. Yeah. So, journal, write 1 sentence for every kanji in Unit 1. It's going to be a lot of the numbers. So, try to be inventive with like, oh, I have 1 dog, I have 2 parents, things like that, so that way you can just practice. It's going to be a lot of numbers, but when you get to like hyaku, sen, and mon, that's where it's gonna maybe be a little bit fun to try and think of something or a good sentence with that. So it will be interesting. You can make some creative sentences with it. Try to do a little bit of variation. Don't just do like, I have this, there is this with arimasu nimasu. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at for homework. So, Wanikani, clear it out. Do your workbook for the grammar that we did today. And do your journal based off the kanji if you can. And I'll see you tomorrow. Deuces.